Welcome back. Imagine a world with no real choices, no color, not even love. Now imagine you're the only one who knows what everyone is missing. Today, we're diving into that exact moment for Jonas. So, the story doesn't begin with a clean, planned escape. Instead, everything is thrown into chaos. A carefully thought out plan for a future escape is suddenly and violently disrupted by an announcement that forces a life or death decision, changing everything in an instant. We open on what seems like a normal evening meal, quiet, peaceful, and ordinary, but beneath that calm surface, everything is about to collapse. A casual piece of conversation reveals a sudden deadline, and in an instant, the entire situation shifts. What felt safe and routine is now charged with urgency and change. This moment hits like a shock. As the family is eating, Jonas's father casually announces that he and the committee have voted for Gabriel's release. The word sounds clean and official, but its meaning is devastating. Even worse, it isn't far away, it's scheduled for the next morning. In an instant, what felt like an ordinary evening turns into something urgent and terrifying. And this is where it becomes truly chilling. The announcement is made in a soft, sing-song voice, the kind usually reserved for comforting a child. But Jonas understands what the word release really means, and so do we. Beneath the gentle tone is something final and irreversible. It's a death sentence spoken with calm politeness, making the horror even harder to ignore. Realizing what's at stake, Jonas abandons the careful plan he had made with the giver. There's no time to collect supplies or wait for additional memories. Even the training and courage has to be left behind. He knows he has to act immediately. Taking Gabriel with him, he slips out into the darkness, choosing urgency over preparation in order to try to save him. In a single night, Jonas becomes the community's most wanted fugitive. Every action he takes is a direct violation of its core principles. He breaks the strict order they rely on, defies the rules of sharing, and ultimately takes something far more significant than an object he takes a child. At this point, there is no going back. He is fully committed to what he's done, and everything has changed. And just like that, the escape begins. Jonas and Gabriel are now fugitives, running from the very community that raised Jonas. The same system that once shaped and protected him is now actively searching for him. What follows is a tense pursuit. As Jonas tries to survive outside the world he once trusted completely. Their entire world is turned upside down. Days become for hiding and sleeping in cramped, concealed places like thick bushes, while nights are spent riding for miles on a bicycle, pushing forward through exhaustion and fear. Jonas uses the memories not only to guide himself, but to comfort Gabriel as well, soothing him, helping him sleep through the dangerous daylight hours when they are most exposed and vulnerable. It doesn't take long for the search to move into the air. Planes begin crisscrossing the landscape, flying low enough that Jonas feels as if he could almost see the pilots inside. The constant roar of their engines becomes a source of pure terror, turning every moment of movement or silence into danger. This isn't a simple search where pilots are just scanning the ground. Jonas remembers from his training that the planes are equipped with advanced technology that detects body heat. That means hiding in forests or shadows offers no real protection. Any living body stands out as a glowing heat signature against the cold landscape. Nowhere feels truly safe. In a moment of quick thinking, Jonas uses what he has learned as the receiver. He reaches into his mind and pulls up memories of snow and extreme cold, trying to transfer that sensation to himself and Gabriel. The idea is to lower their body heat so they blend into the environment and avoid detection from the planes tracking them. It's a desperate, inventive attempt to outsmart the machines hunting them, using memory itself as a form of survival. As Jonas gets farther away, the immediate threat from the sky begins to fade. The search planes appear less frequently, flying faster and with less focus, as if the pursuit is slowly becoming a lost cause. But just as one danger starts to disappear, a new and unfamiliar set of challenges begins to take shape ahead of him. Leaving the carefully structured world of the community also means giving up its predictability and safety net. Jonas is stepping into a place without rules, control, or guarantees. Ahead of him lies both breathtaking beauty and harsh brutality, and he is about to experience the real world in its full, unfiltered form. For the first time, Jonas experiences raw, unpredictable nature. He sees a bird flying through the sky, watches a waterfall crash down with a sound he's never heard before, and feels every bump and shift of the road beneath him. These are no longer memories being transmitted to him, they are real. In these small, immediate moments, he feels something like pure, unfiltered happiness. But this new, beautiful world doesn't provide for them in the way the community once did. The constant, reliable food deliveries are gone. When their small, stolen supply runs out, Jonas is suddenly faced with a harsh, primal kind of fear. He has to survive on his own, trying to catch fish with his bare hands and searching for berries without knowing which ones are safe. The world is beautiful, but it is also unforgiving. Tortured by physical hunger, Jonas begins to question everything. Did he make a terrible mistake? The uncertainty weighs on him heavily, but then he arrives at a deeper realization. Yes, he is starving now, but staying in the community would have meant a different kind of starvation, an emptiness of feeling, choice, and real experience. One is physical, the other is something far more hidden, but just as real. And that's the crucial point. The physical starvation Jonas is experiencing out in the wild is the direct price of his escape from something far more invisible but equally severe, the emotional and spiritual starvation of the community. A life without real feeling, without choice, without love. And for Gabriel, remaining there would have meant something even worse, not just a limited life, but no life at all. Weakened and desperate, with hope beginning to slip away, Jonas faces the harshest stretch of the journey yet. The landscape itself seems to resist him, offering its final and most difficult challenge. Every step forward demands more than he feels he has left, pushing him to the edge of endurance as survival becomes uncertain. Nature, which had once felt like a source of wonder, now becomes a source of suffering. Snow begins to fall, and for the first time in his life, Jonas and Gabriel are caught in it, already weakened by hunger, now soaked, freezing, and struggling against the cold. Their progress grinds to a halt at the base of a steep, towering hill, and the journey suddenly feels more impossible than ever. The bicycle, the very symbol of Jonas's escape and freedom, becomes completely useless in the deepening snow. It's a heartbreaking moment. He's forced to let it fall aside, abandoning it as the terrain becomes too harsh to ride, and continues forward on foot, carrying nothing but exhaustion, determination, and Gabriel. This is rock bottom. Jonas begins an agonizing climb, stumbling and collapsing to his knees as the slope becomes nearly impossible to scale. He pushes forward using whatever strength he has left, drawing on the last fading warmth of his memories just to keep himself and Gabriel alive. Each movement is slow, deliberate, and excruciating, one painful step at a time through exhaustion and near defeat. At the peak of exhaustion, when death feels almost certain, something shifts. Through the blinding snow, Jonas finally sees it, the end of the journey coming into view. After everything he has endured, there is suddenly a sense that it might not be over yet, that something lies just beyond the struggle ahead. At the top of the hill, Jonas finds it a sled. The memory he has carried so vividly is suddenly real again, no longer just something inside his mind. It feels like a reward, a symbol of joy waiting for him after everything he has endured. As he climbs onto it and begins the final ride down, the world begins to transform around him. Lights appear in the distance, glowing from windows. Then color floods in real red, blue, yellow, spreading across everything he sees. And for the first time in his life, he hears music along with the sound of people singing, filling the air as the world finally comes alive around him. And this brings us to the story's central, haunting question. Jonas hears music ahead of him, but also faintly behind him, as if it's coming from the world he left behind. He's faced with an uncertainty that lingers even in the warmth and light. Was this new place of love and color truly real? Or was it a final beautiful vision at the end of a tragic journey? Maybe it wasn't an ending at all. Maybe it was only an echo. Thank you for joining us throughout The Giver. In the end, The Giver leaves us with a powerful and unsettling message. As Jonas moves toward an unknown future, the story reminds us that a world without pain might also be a world without love, choice, or real connection. And it leaves us wondering if true happiness can ever exist without the full depth of human experience.
If you'd like more personalized feedback, writing support, and discussion sessions, they're available with me or with our selected tutors. All the details are here.